Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Between My Therapist and I. Today, I am joined by Allison, front desk receptionist and master's level student, and we are going to be doing the mental health tips of the week. And today is all about 5 tips for self-care, and they comes directly from the mouth of our clients. So these are some of the more common concerns that our clients have. So I'm going to be doing the first one, and if you forgive me, I am going to now pay attention to Miss Allison as I discuss with her the 5 tips of the week. All right, so the first tip that we discussed was be mindful of your thoughts. Take 1 minute, and that minute is going to feel like an eternity. So that's why we set it at 1 minute. So take 1 minute to be mindful about your thoughts. Most of the time, we go about our days reacting to the environment that we're in and the situations that we're in. Very, very few people actually take the time to stop and acknowledge their thoughts before they actually think them, before they say them, before they express their feelings about them, things like that. So 1 minute where you are conscious about the thoughts that you are having. And you can pick whether you do it in a difficult situation, like driving. You can pick 1 minute to be 100% present in the moment. Or you can do it when it's a little bit easier, like you're taking a minute to meditate and you're just focused 100% on the thoughts that are popping up in your head. So take your pick, but it's just 1 minute. Preferably do it every day. Preferably do it often. If you can't do every day, we just talked about Atomic Habits. If you haven't listened to our review, if you haven't read the book, I'd recommend it. It has a lot to do with this. So if you can't do it every day, just at least pick, maybe start with 2 days, then move on to 3 days, then move on to 4 days. Start with 1 minute, see if you can do 2 minutes, see if you can do 3 minutes. If you can do 5 minutes,
that's impressive.
Put it on the comments. We are going to give you the biggest shout out. You will be a hero among humans across the world because that is impressive. 5 minutes of conscious thoughts. That's impressive. So that's your first tip, is take at least a minute.
I think that ties into what you were saying before about reaction versus response. And again, with the frustration feelings that you're getting when you have something happen to you, that's a reaction. Mm-hmm. The response is when you can take what happened and think through, okay, well, this doesn't need to bother me as much as it does. And, or I don't need to just go on my phone because I'm bored. So moving that to your frontal lobe. So it's unconscious to conscious thought. Yeah.
I would say something that holds people back about reframing thoughts and consciously being aware of thoughts. I think the idea that you have to be so positive, that it has to be like, oh my gosh, like, well, at least I didn't get into a crash. Yay. Like, no. Ideally, what you want to do is have as little feelings involved as you possibly can. Like your thoughts, unless they are related to specifically an emotional interaction, should have as few feelings involved as possible. Like, why do you have to get in your feelings because somebody cut you off on the road? Why does there have to be rage about it? Or why does it have to make you want to cry? Why does it have to, things like that. So no, it's not about like reframing the thought into like butterflies and rainbows. It's like acknowledge the thought, recognize it, and then, okay, you could reframe it into something more objective, like, okay, well, I'll still make it to work on time. Done. That's it. Okay, so then we have the third one, And the third one is, hold on, I already forgot. Give me a tip. Give me a hint.
We were talking a lot before about social media and going on for boredom.
Okay. So doom scrolling is tip number 3. So avoid doom scrolling, especially late at night, by telling yourself, I will grab my phone in a minute and a half. Is it a minute and a half? It's
90 seconds.
90 seconds. What is that? 60, a minute and a half.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Start to question my existence. Okay. 90 seconds. So I will spend a minute and a half. You can even put a timer if you want to. But if I can hold off before I turn on my phone or before I go into the social media for a minute and a half, then I've completed my mission for the day. The reason for that is because it takes you from a reactive, like, oh, I'm bored, let me just, again, this is what we do all the time, is we react to our environments and our thoughts. Thought, I'm bored. Reaction, grab phone. Doom scroll for the next 5 hours. Find out it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Regret your life. Wake up late. Regret your life some more. Like, avoid that by saying, okay, I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to start like brushing my teeth, washing my face. I'm going to go and like take my vitamins, take my medications, whatever. And after I'm done with that, if I still feel like I need to get on the phone for a while, or if I still have time, then I'll do it. If not, then I'll just go to bed.
I'm blanking on step 4. What did we discuss?
Okay, so step 4 is sleep.
Oh, that's right. So sleep, and we're not just talking about before you go to sleep. It's when you wake up from sleep, you want to avoid the blue lights and the fluorescent lights and all that. And natural light is really the best when you first wake up. So you're taking that time for the intentional thing of your day to go outside, maybe do some yoga or just drink your coffee outside. But if you could spend about 20 minutes in that natural light and allow your body to kind of reset and wake up instead of immediately doom scrolling and going onto your phone.
Yeah. So what most people do as soon as they wake up in the morning is they grab their phone and immediately that light is in their face right away. That's a killer for your sleep. Like for you to comfortably be able to go back to sleep at that night, you do that often enough, it's terrible. Terrible. Just like having that light in front of your face as the last thing that you do before you go to bed, terrible. And most people are going to be like, yeah, of course I have 20 minutes to just like commune with nature.
Touché.
Mind you, the way I do it, first and foremost, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, 5 to 5:30 in the morning. There is no light outside. And then I'm running. I'm going to the gym. I'm taking the dog out. I'm taking care of my kid, blah, blah, blah. I'm not like, right? So what I do is I try to avoid, first, I try to avoid the phone as much as I can until I absolutely need to. Like at 5:30 in the morning, I don't need to be scrolling on it. I should be doing the other stuff that I have to do. And so as I'm walking my dog in the morning, the sun comes up. And now it's like, around 6:30. As I'm walking my dog outside, then the sun starts to come out. So what I do is I try to avoid the light. If I can like seek it out because it's not there, then I at least try to avoid the artificial light as much as I can. And then I get a few minutes, maybe like 5 minutes before I have to go in of the natural light. And then as I continue to incorporate, then I go into the house, there's light, and I go to the gym, there's light, the artificial light and all that stuff. But like I try to at least expose my eyes. And just so you guys know, and this is from a neurologist, an ophthalmologist neurologist, if you try to think that doing it through a glass window, just looking through the glass, or doing it in your car, and it's not the same. It's not the same. You need direct eye, like sunlight. if possible. If not, the glass, better than nothing. But yeah.
I think that probably helps to stay more in the present moment as well, instead of just going on your phone and looking at the whole world around you. Enjoy where you are.
Yeah. I know. We just all became flower children in the span of 5 minutes. But it's good for you. Sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's disappointing. But it is. It's life. Okay. Then there's the last one. And the last one was...
getting your vitamins.
Ah, yes. Okay. So the last one is, if you want to reduce your anxiety as naturally as possible, try a combination of magnesium, but like good magnesium, not cheap retail brand, but like go to like a health food store. They have decent. If you're in the Lee County area, I get mine from Mercola on Pine Island. Dr. Mercola is like a health doctor, whatever, and he has his shop on Pine Island. And his products are very, very good. So you can get magnesium, and make sure that you get vitamin B6 or a vitamin complex that has B6 with it. Because depending on how much vitamin B6 you have in your body is how much magnesium you can absorb. So if you want the full effect, then you should have both together with a breakfast, some sort of food. And that it's awesome for anxiety. I don't recommend doing a vitamin B complex in the morning. At night. I don't recommend doing it at night because it gives you energy. So I would recommend that you do it in the morning with your breakfast. More and more reasons to go outside. Okay, to wrap it up, we have 5 things. These things all help your body in some way or another. Again, we are all beings that sit within the same body. So like if you do one thing positive in one area, it will affect another. And so all of these 5, some way, somehow, happen to coexist very well with each other. So the 5 self-care techniques are: try to use your mindfulness of your thoughts. So mindfulness of thought, at least a minute. That's a challenge, at least a minute. If you can do 5 minutes, send us a comment. We will give you lots of props. We will have your picture on the wall or something. We'll do something for you. But at least 1 minute of just being aware of what your thoughts are. Then the second is, once you have an awareness of your thoughts, take a moment to consider those thoughts and maybe reframe them. Is it as bad as I think it is? Is this about me? That's my favorite phrase in the entire world. Is this about me? Because most of the time it isn't. So, is this about me? Or is it that somebody else is just having a bad day? Or is it that somebody else is just rude? And then 3, natural light. No, 3 is...
It is natural light.
Okay.
Sorry. No. It was the 90 seconds.
90 seconds. So the third is no doom scrolling. Wait at least 90 seconds before you decide to pick up your phone, especially if you're about to go to bed. So do everything else that you possibly can beforehand, before you go to that point. And then the 4th is the natural light. Expose yourself to natural light as quickly as possible after waking up, as soon as you can. There are some people that have the amazing luck of being able to just open their window or their curtains and the sun is already up. I envy those people. But as soon as you can, get yourself some natural light. And then the 5th one is, of course,
Magnesium.
So magnesium with a vitamin B complex if you can. Buy the best possible quality that you can. It's worth it. If you are someone who suffers from anxiety, it helps tremendously. So I recommend it. Highly recommend it. And that's it for us. Thank you very much. As always, if you like what we're putting out there, leave us a comment, a like, a follow, the usual stuff. And we hope you have a wonderful day.